Oh my God. I love football. I love it so much, but I hate it. I did not enjoy that game, surprisingly. Um, I'm going to start with Chelsea before we go on to the beloved Reds. Chelsea really weren't that bad today, and actually, I think at times they were the better side. I think the referee has been shocking in both camps, both Arsenal and Chelsea decisions not going their way. Chelsea should have had a penalty. I'm a firm believer that the Rice incident was a penalty. Obviously, they went and scored right after, but um, they Chelsea were set up very similar to how we saw them last time we played them in the Carabao Cup semi-final. They really want to play it out from the back, and it was not working. Sanchez, how have Chelsea spent, what is it, £75 billion in the last 2 weeks? No, but for real, what is it, 2 billion over the last few years, and they end up with Sanchez in goal. I mean, honestly, this is worth talking about because I know some Chelsea fans will be watching this. And look, there's no way, okay, that you guys haven't seen me discuss my hatred for Chelsea. I've been doing Operation Arsenal for almost a decade, and every time we play against Chelsea, I always talk about how much I dislike Chelsea. They are my most disliked team. City are there or thereabouts these days, but I've watched Chelsea go through the Abramovich era, and back to my point. How is this the team they've put up against us in 2026 after spending billions? Yes, with a B, billions. I don't understand how they can have a goalkeeper of Sanchez's quality who, on his day, can be a very good keeper, but sometimes, my God, I do wonder. I do think they're better. I do think they're doing better since the whole fiasco with Maresca. I do like the four at the back system. I do think that Caicedo is a fantastic midfielder, and I think Enzo's a brilliant player, not worth his price tag. And Palmer, of course, he's had a bit of a weird season, hasn't he? Very in and out of the team, injured a lot. I don't know what Palmer was doing today, practically non-existent. But there is just one player that always stands out to me, and for me, he's the best player in his position in the world. That's Reece James. And today, he is one of the players that for sure deserves a lot of credit. So, it pains me to say it. I actually think a draw would have been a fair result today based off how Chelsea played. And the fact that they go down to 10 men and they look like the team with the extra player. It was pretty unbelievable. It felt like in the last 10 minutes we were holding on, which, I mean, that's ridiculous when you're playing against 10 men. But when you look at the stats, obviously stats aren't everything. It's a very close game, a very even game. And I think if you take the referee out of the equation, if you put in a referee, a completely neutral referee, naming no names, but just a good referee. I can't even name a good referee. Trossard's dad, he's a good referee. Let's say he's reffing the game and he's getting everything right. This ends in a draw, in my opinion. It really does. It probably does. And I'm not just saying the referee benefited Arsenal. I'm saying he benefited Chelsea as well. The amount of times Arsenal were through on a counter-attack and he's blowing that damn whistle, 3 times I counted. Although the one where we're on the counter-attack with Martinelli and he's gone down, and then of course Neto's picked up the second yellow. He has to blow there. He can't not because it's a red card. But it does kind of stink, doesn't it? When you're having so many moments of momentum and they just get cut short by an incompetent referee. He was really poor. And I do just want to say this before we continue into the review. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. We talk about refereeing more now than we did before VAR. And one of the reasons we brought VAR in was to help the referees or, help the referees. It's not. It's making them worse. It's making refereeing worse. It's making the game worse to watch. There's less entertainment value. There's more wasting time. They're bringing in all these new rules to try and prevent time wasting when all they're doing is giving VAR more power and more moments in the game that they can then control, which will ultimately add more minutes to the game and increase time wasting. So I don't understand. Where do we stand with VAR? Are you guys into this? Is this the football you want to see? We're watching a completely different era of football, aren't we? We really are. It's dominated by set pieces And there's no hiding from the fact that I support the team that's arguably the best at them. You're seeing Liverpool at the moment. They've scored a ridiculous amount of set pieces recently. Chelsea's goal today from a set piece. We're seeing a completely different era of football. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't like it. And my team is excelling at that. I miss Wenger ball. And I'm not saying I miss Wenger himself, but that era, where we played this beautiful football. And we've gone through those moments with Arteta too. But this era of football and the refereeing that comes with it and the VAR interventions, and they're just relying on it too much. They feel like they don't need to make a decision because if they get it wrong, it doesn't matter. The technology's there. It's behind them. It will help. But we'll see how we get on. I like the concept of VAR. This is something that's very important to say. I understand why we need it because there is a lot of issues with injustice in football. And you go back 20, 15, 10 years to when you see the Lampard against Germany, the handball from Henry. There's so many moments in history of football that VAR would have helped, but I can't help but feel like they're creating just more issues than they're solving. But let's talk about Arsenal. I think we were really poor. Very average day. Trossard was pretty much useless. He had a couple of moments in the first half, but there's a reason he came off after 56 minutes. He was a mistake waiting to happen. Gyökeres back to his absolute worst today. I thought we were going to see a real boost in his game, and we have, on and off, but today he really struggled. I think Chalobah was fantastic against Gyökeres. Eze didn't have many big moments, but still had his part to play today. I thought Saka was underwhelming again. Rice got a 7.8 and an assist from the corner, but realistically, that might be one of the best. Sorry, one of the best. I'm so used to saying how good he is. That's one of the worst Rice performances I've seen in a while. That was a very average performance. He did some good things, but some moments where I'm thinking, is this the same Declan Rice? What's going on there? Zubamendi, again, the urge to give away the ball when we're winning. It's like he can't wait to get the ball and give it away as soon as we go 1-0 up. So funny, really. I would like to go at least a week or two in football without giving away a goal. Is that possible? Could we do that? Hincapié, very unlucky with the own goal, by the way, because I thought, other than that, he was pretty flawless. I do not understand the 5.8 rating. I guess that's because of the own goal. Can you see it with the fantasy points turned on? No, not really. I feel like Hincapié is slowly becoming better than Calafiori. And that is saying a lot because I'm a big fan of Calafiori. And I think he's like a Galactico type player, but he just can't stay fit. And we all know what the best ability is. Availability. Hincapié is in his first season at Arsenal. And by the way, he's not even a permanent player yet. It will happen. The way the deal is built, if you read into it, as long as both teams are happy, it will go through. It's as simple as that. Both teams have to say no for it to not happen. And he is stepping in, sometimes at centre-back, most of the time at left-back, and having a fantastic season. Very, very, very impressed with him. And I thought he was great today. Gabriel, he got an unlucky yellow. It probably was a yellow card, but it was his first foul of the game, so a little bit harsh. Saliba was fantastic. Great header that was maybe a little bit fortunate as it comes off. I think it was Sarr. I haven't seen much of Sarr before, Mamadou Sarr. It wasn't long ago they had Malang Sarr as well. This is the thing with Chelsea. They just go through players so much. You actually lose track. I would love anyone, okay, even Chelsea fans, to list me their last 20 signings. Good luck. Even though it'd be in the last 6 months. Timber's been given the highest rating. I don't think he's having a particularly great second half to the season. I would argue, and I've already mentioned that James is, for me, the best right-back in the world on his day, but this first half of the season, Timber was the best right-back in the league, but we're seeing now, I think, some very tired legs, and I would have liked to have seen Mosquera come on. Was Ben White on the bench? Let me just double check. No, he wasn't, was he? So, yeah, maybe Mosquera coming in at right back would have been nice towards the end of the game. Only 3 subs, which is disappointing considering how much we were struggling. But worth mentioning, finally, we saw Norgard come on in the Premier League. He doesn't seem to get many minutes, and I don't know why. I thought he did pretty well when he came on. And Kai Havertz looked rusty. No denying it, but he's such a dangerous player, and you could see I hate using this word, I really do, but he brought aura. He actually brought aura. You could see as soon as he got near the ball, the Chelsea players were just like, "Oh, I don't like." I don't think Kai Havertz is going to displace Gyökeres in the next few weeks, but having him back, the contribution of his time and his minutes are huge for this title run-in. And that's what this is, guys. It is a title run-in. We are there or thereabouts. We have to be favourites still. City, you know, you could argue, got a little bit fortunate against Leeds. A couple of decisions that maybe could have gone Leeds' way, but they missed so many chances. City go on to win 1-0 in a game that we won 4-0 not long ago. I think we have to be favourites. And I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. It's so difficult to try and predict, but it's 9 games now. 9 games. Arsenal fans, just think about that. It's potentially 7 games, okay? Mathematically, it could be over within 6 or 5 games if City go on this loss streak. But obviously, they're going to be picking up wins. But we could do it in the next 7 to 8 games. We could win it. And City, they've been given a much tougher draw in Europe. And I think they will struggle. Defensively, they don't look very good at the moment. So I'm not making a prediction because I know what will happen if I do. But big win today, not a good performance. And honestly, I thought Chelsea were a little bit unlucky. But we own you.